Hello, TikTok and YouTube. How are we? How are we all going? Doing a little bit more work on these Killer Monster hands. Claws. Let's call them claws. So, I pretty much sculpted the one. And I have 3 more to sculpt. So I'm using Cos clay here, which is like a kind of bendy polymer clay. All right, so then we've got one. So let's start stretching them all out. Thanks for the likes. You have any for sale? Yeah, it's in my link in my bio. This one is for sale, and I do offer payment plans too. So my shop name's creaturesandart.com, and yeah, just shoot me a message if you want to know more about the payment plans on there. But I'm super flexible with it, so basically let you dictate when and how much for a period of time. Thanks for all the likes. So I might do a little bit of painting on this one today too, because it's the commission. So I need to paint basically all around the lips black and all around the eyes black too, and a little bit on the nostrils. So this is my leopard seal commission, smaller version. So that kind of takes priority over the rest of them, but I can sort of start painting all these little bits and pieces. This one's going to be the chocolate Burmese zoomies, so I'll need to paint around here brown, all that brown. What else? Yeah, just a bit of sculpting really. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dolls on the go at the moment, which is a lot. But I normally have multiple things on the go, so I'm not stuck doing nothing basically. Thanks for the likes. So I'm just sort of mapping out where I want the little toes to go, and then I'll give them a bit of a trim because they're way too long. So they're only sort of small fingers, so I haven't put an armature in it, and that's fine when you're doing small fingers, but if they're really long, you'd have to put an armature in it. Hey, Kiwi. Okay, so we've got a bit of a funny hand here. I'm going to measure it to make sure we're getting the same. Is that the right way? Yeah, I think that's right. So I'll cut this one here, this one about here, here. So we want to keep them all the same length. Sort of what we start with here. It was loud. What was loud? Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. The party. Do you have a party? You are so talented. Oh, thank you. Let's chuck this guys. You did? I'm too old for parties. Was it a birthday party? What clay do I use? This is Cos clay, but normally I use Sculpey Original, which is this white one. Or sometimes I'll mix in a custom color. So this is Super Sculpey. And the teeth I do translucent Sculpey. But you can get things like Primo. Fimo. Yeah, Primo, Fimo. And like other air dry clays. I'm not really into air dry clays, but yeah, this is Cos clay. I'm not the biggest fan of using Cos clay. I don't like the feel of it, but it's handy when you're doing like thin little things like this because it's a bit more durable than Sculpey. Oh, thank you for the heart me. Okay. So I'm going to be inserting this ball and socket armature into like as a skeleton basically. So I'm just creating a little hole for it to sit in to make sure I've got all that in the correct place. Okay, and then for the nail beds, the nails I'm going to do out of latex, so they're a little more durable. Thanks for the share. Oh, this is the wrong one. So for the nail beds, I got this little pointy tool. It's like an arrow tool, and it's going to even that out a little bit. And I just sort of use that pointy tool to create a little nail bed in there. You can see. So I was going to do all of the armatures in this live today, but I thought that would be really boring, and I've got this clay here ready to go, so they need to be done. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of definition with my silicone tool here, just like where those knuckles are. Yeah. Just like a little bit of definition there. Now I feel like these might be getting too big, so I'm just going to measure it again. Make sure they're not looking too big. I think it's slightly big. You can always just take a little bit of clay off. I think it's okay. I might take a little bit off this, because when I add the scales, it sort of bulks it out a little bit. Okay. Thanks for all the likes. All right. Now for the scales on here, they're kind of like a plate shaped, if that makes sense. So I like to use this little spatula tool, I guess. It's got like a slight curve in it. Oh, thank you. I think the sharing is what does it the most. Like, it tells people to comment and like, but I think the sharing is what does it the most. All right, so I'm just going to use sort of the flat bit and just sort of push it. And it creates like a little scale. And again, on this side, I don't know how well you can see. I'm just sort of pushing the clay back a little bit to create that scale. Hopefully the view's not that bad. Push it back. Sort of close it off. And I'm all about having slight imperfections in the clay. I think it adds character. But that's just me. Okay, so that's sort of how we do this, the larger scales. And then same deal. So these always take a bit of time to do. These reptile hands and feet, or anything to do with a reptile. It's mainly the scales that take ages. That's why I've avoided doing them for so long. But we're not doing that. We're going to do more reptiles. I've done a snake this year. I've done a chameleon. And now we're doing the Gila monster. And I might actually do one more up here. Like so. I think so too. Yeah, that's sort of why I leave them. And I mean, these ones I've left really rough because I'm going to cover them in faux fur anyway. So, yeah, I don't bother doing too much detail. Obviously, for the Gila monster, I've done the sculpting properly because that's going to be painted. But that's the head for the Gila monster. Right. And there's like different options to do the circle scales. I chose the more time-consuming one, the more time-consuming way, but I'll show you that in a minute. This is basically rolling a whole bunch of small balls and sticking them on. You know. So I got a whole heap of paws to stick on the armature as well. I've got 5 cats worth of paws to stick on. What time is it over here? It is 1:45 in the afternoon. Where are you from? The States? Thanks for the follow. Oh, Norway. Nice. What are you doing up so early? That's the problem with Australia's like so far out of the time zone of anywhere. So it's lunchtime for me is like not everywhere else, middle of the night for everywhere else. Oh no. It seems to be the case when people from the countries that are in the middle of the night, they're like, oh, my sleep's all over the place. All right, 2. Maybe I'll do this one and then I might start painting some parts. Maybe I'll do like a chop and change in between the two, painting and sculpting. Okay. Some of us are night owls. I used to be, not so much now. Too old now. Okay. Just looking good. A little bit too big, maybe? I don't know. Oh, it's not too bad. I reckon it's a little thick here. Do this a trim. You should be too old too. I had I've got a 2.5-year-old. And I think since the newborn thing, it's like, nope, sleep. Although I had the worst insomnia when she was a newborn. She wasn't even that bad of a sleeper at night, but I just could not get to sleep. Okay. So these will be the 2 front feet of the Gila monster. So hopefully not too big. I don't think so. Okay, so for the scales are a little bit annoying. Oh yeah, turning out good. You don't have kids. Yeah, don't blame you. I was 50-50. One is enough. One's enough. It's too expensive anyway. especially 2. I don't know how people afford multiples. And I'm not doing that again. Right, so this is like how I make the scales. Really tedious, boring task. But here we are. It'll look good once it's all like painted and put together. Yeah, I was very 50-50 about it. And I didn't want a boy. Like, I'm pretty hard on the not wanting a boy. So, got a girl, that's that. Done. I mean, pregnancy and birth is not a walk in a park either. It's awful. Truly awful. Whoops. Sometimes the lives are up and down. Sometimes yesterday was more people, and then, you know, I don't know, it goes through like stages of okay and then not. You never know. Give me 2 seconds. Be right back. Hang on. Okay, sorry. Just had to check something. That was one of your worries. Oh, it was awful. So awful. I was like sick for 20 weeks. I got gestational diabetes. That was fun. So these little dots are going to be the scales. I mean, there's multiple different ways of doing scales, but I decided to go this way. So to be uniform, that's basically what we're going to do. So there's multiple different ways of doing it. But because these are so small, I thought these dots would work better. That's what we're doing. Making really tiny little dots. So this one I did this one yesterday, and it took an hour and a half to do. Yay. So usually it gets faster when I've done it multiple times. Thanks for the follow. No, it's definitely not sunshine and rainbows. It's so awful. Not to mention the persistent starts with T, ends in H, which I never have, mind you. But yeah, you can do scales this way. It's not probably the most ethical way, but you could also, you know, there's multiple ways of doing it, but it's just a little hard to get in here. So I thought this way would be better, but you can do like little, basically little circles that you have to carve out, and you can refine it a little bit, kind of like that, you know. Or another method is doing plastic and then getting a needle tool and just sort of doing little circles on there as well. which is what I did for the head because it's a bit more of a solid piece, but it's just a little hard to get in these fingers. So I thought this might be a better way of doing it. Just a bit easier, like I don't sort of squash the fingers out everywhere because they're so thin. But the Cosclay is really sticky, so it starts to stick to your fingers a bit. But it is what it is. I decided to put my cats together. So probably do all the armatures. All at once, build the skeletons, and then start sewing them all together. Yes, so I basically make, that's an example here, like an entire little animal. So this is what this started out as. So it's got a polymer clay head, polymer clay feet. It's got this ball and socket armature inside, but it's a bigger version, obviously. And yeah, I used fake fur. Yeah, airbrushed all the pattern work onto this one. So this started off white, and I airbrushed all the pattern work onto it. So it gets a little bit more realism. So I've done most of the big cats. So it's like a little mini project for me. The lions were the last ones that I was going to do. So we're doing the male. This is the male. And then this will be the female. So female's a bit more spicy. And it's going to have a bit of wrinkling, which normally if you sculpt it, I wouldn't do it that harsh. It's just when I'm going to be adding the faux fur on the top, so I need a little crevice for that to go in. And yes. Yeah, no. I did a chameleon, so it's the same sort of way I'm doing it. So this is the chameleon that I did. So the head's sculpted and painted. The eyes are glass, but the body is a fabric material, which I've done the scales individually. Feels really good. And I did all the painting by hand as well. So that's basically what the Gila monster is going to look like. There's a little tail too. So nice, time consuming. Thanks. Oh man, give me a restriction every time. Always get restrictions for promotion. It's so annoying. Anyway, and then it stuffs up my views. Whatever. It just stops young people getting in there, but whatever. Okay, so I'm only going to do the scales up to here because I'm going to be attaching the fabric to there, so I don't need to do too much. And then I'll be combining the way I do the scale works on the fabric to the sculpted piece. So stick to the fingers. I'm just picking them up and sticking them on, basically. So prep work always helps with speed as well. So the more prep you get, the faster things go. I'm trying to find ones that are roughly the same size to begin with. Hi, Chips. Chippies. What's going on, Chippies? I might actually, I'll do one row. I'll do one row here, and then I'll do the rest in the scales that I did for the fabric. So it blends in. Thank you for the likes. Okay. So hopefully it won't be too long this time. It won't take as long as yesterday. See how we go. I'm trying to think of the next lot of dolls, obviously, because I haven't even finished these ones. So I'm not sure. I'm going to do a golden tiger, so maybe I'll put the golden tiger up there on the to-do list. I applied for a vendor at an Oddities Expo here, but I haven't heard from them, and I'm not feeling hopeful that I got a vendor spot. So my plan was to do the rest of the year prep work, because it's in November, but I'm not liking my chances that I got a spot because I haven't heard from them. So yeah, I don't know. So I was going to make a couple of bats, because you're not allowed to sell anything to do with bats here. So I thought having fake bats, anything to do with real bats, I should say. So I thought having fake bat things might be a pretty good idea. I've made a lot of bats before. And fake skulls. I've only sculpted one skull, but that was really fun. Yeah, they said within 45 days from my application date, so it's pretty much around that time now. So I'll give it, maybe they're late. I don't know. I'm not feeling hopeful. So, which is probably not a bad thing, because I've done one convention once and it was just really big thing to do. But I thought this would be good because the crowd's a little bit different, a little bit older. The one I did was called Supernova, and the crowd was a bit too young, I think. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And it's like a fake taxidermy. So I don't know. Maybe it's too odd. Maybe it's not odd enough. Just trying different things to get my name out there again. I've been doing this for 13 years, and social media used to be really good for this type of thing, but now it's really awful. So normally I wouldn't have even done the lives because I'm such an introvert. I think it's too odd. Some people do. But yeah, Instagram's just turned really awful, unfortunately. And that was sort of my biggest following, but now be lucky to get a couple of likes on there these days. Which is really weird. YouTube's okay. I think the shorts do better than the actual videos. been a lot faster, this one, than yesterday. So once you get you work out a good method for it. Yeah, except I don't know. Most of my customers are from America, and I don't know what's going on with TikTok there. If it's going to stay or go. Yeah. I feel like I get more hits with YouTube Shorts than anything, which is funny. Instagram's a write-off. Facebook's a write-off. Apart from some groups. But yeah, there's not much. And social media doesn't like artists either. They hate us, so they don't push our stuff. Okay. So that's what we got out of all those dots so far. Yeah, they have. My videos hardly get anything. But my shorts seem to be doing heaps better, so I've been sort of trying to push that a bit. The lives are good. It just depends if TikTok wants to feed it out or not. Sometimes it just doesn't, especially when it slaps a restriction on for promotion. Don't know what it is. And it depends who you get in your live. And I guess some people don't like certain content either. But I made a series of medieval cats. I made 3 of them so far, and one of them I sculpted a bum hole on it, and that was very controversial apparently. Yeah, Australia's just, I'm very limited with when I can jump on. So my daughter has a nap around this time. So that's I get a whole hour and a half to myself. This was my medieval cat that people got really upset about. That one. But that's the medieval cat. One of them. The joke's the legs and the butthole. Cats do not go to the bathroom. I know they don't have one. It doesn't exist. So I decided to sculpt a pooping cat just to, just for those people. Complete with poop. But I thought, someone asked if I was going to do medieval dogs. I was like, didn't plan on it, but now I'm thinking the next lot of medieval things would be 1 medieval dog and 2 medieval cats. But the medieval cats, sometimes I do stop motion, and I was going to do stop motion of the cats picking on the dog. Just because that's what they do, right? Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Is that brand promoting? I thought maybe it's a slight beat that they can hear from the music I have in the background, but it's so quiet. but maybe it's picked up a certain beat or something. But yeah, if like half the time when I show a doll, it'll get the restriction. Oh, in case I think it's alcohol. Yeah. Okay, let's try this next batch. See how far we get with this. I'm sort of kind of newish to lives. Kind of. Not really, but kind of. That makes sense. Like, I'm not into those weird match things. Whatever that is. Begging people for gifts. It's still a bit weird to me. And like TikTok tries to push that so much, the match thing. No, so boring. It's literally just people saying, "Come on, give me gifts. Come on." Nah, not for me. Well, you know, that's what I am now. No. That's all this live is now. Give me gifts. No, those weird match things. Weirdness and bad joke. That's it, mate. That's all we need. I'll take that as love and support. Those matches are just weird. Jeez, come on. Hey, if they're making a living, wish I could make a living off staying at home. Maybe not begging people for gifts on TikTok. I feel like that would be really stressful. What happens if no one likes you? Yeah, true. Some of them do. Some of them are kind of a-holes. Yeah. So Sounds like you're in a good mood today. On the edge. Anyone's in the firing line. Watch your back. Ooh, taking a long time. This didn't get very far, these dots today. Okay, I'll see it coming. Good to know. Oh, no. There's an idea for a action cat. Freshly dropped phone face. Freshly dropped phone face. I'd definitely do a resting bitch face one. Because that's just regular cat face, right? Which I'm thinking I'll do another Burmese. As another Burmese, resting Burm face. Ooh, bonus girl. I've got a Burmese and they've just got like permanent resting bitch face. There's so many cat expressions. You can't go wrong. So I wanted to do like all different types of breeds of cat. But I thought that'd be kind of boring just to have like regular cat face. So I thought the action cats would be better. What color is your cat? I'm stuck on colors for the pooping face one. I'm thinking orange tabby. I have to see if I have enough of the fake fur that I'm thinking. Someone said black, but I'm not really seeing black. And then maybe like I thought maybe silver tabby, but I might be too boring because I'm doing this one, a blue point Siamese. So it's going to be sort of the same color. Most of the time. Looks like a teenager. Teen cat. He's all white. Oh. And another one that's black. Yeah, I'm really stuck on ideas for that one. I sort of modeled it off a domestic short hair, but like the ones that have a really round face. Kind of like a British short hair, but not so big and flat. They got a bit too much of a flat face. My cranky one is white. It's usually the black cats that are cranky, aren't they? I don't know. I haven't had a black cat before. But I know everyone's like, black cat. Is that just like a superstition thing, maybe? I should finish the inside of this one. Might be a good idea. Red ears and tail, all white the rest. That's nice. I always like the red point Siamese for some reason. A demon. Aren't they all? They're all cheeky demons. Cheeky demons. Yeah, okay. You never know with what personality you're going to get. My Burmese is a girl. She's the most uptight cat I've ever come across. And she was 1 out of 7 boys, though. 7 boys? 7 or 6 boys. There was a big litter, and they were all boys. And she's tiny, so I can see why she's so highly strung. The only girl. Poor thing. But yeah, weird personality for a Burmese, I think. But my last cat, I had her about 17 years or something. Also a Burmese. She was the best cat. They are, yeah. We had a brother, and they never really got along. And then I had my daughter, and they just started fighting really bad. And he just I don't know, they just did not get along. They just fought all the time, and I had to rehome him, which I really didn't want to do. She was hating life. And I don't think I couldn't have fixed it. They've never really gotten along. She just tolerated him. So he's in a lovely home now with a nice lady, and we keep in touch. He's very happy. They're both, and she's over the moon to be the only cat. She's a totally different cat without him around. And now I feel bad that she, was unhappy for 5 years because of him. But that just went really weird after I had my daughter. The fighting was just nuts. I made sure he went to the right place. So I'm glad we keep in touch still. Yeah, I think she would be okay with other cats. It was just him. He was such a bully, like always had been, and she'd just put up with it. And he's twice the size of her too. And he'd just pin her down and bite the back of her neck all the time, like just typical male. Yeah, we do get updates. I spoke to, there's a breeder, Burmese breeder, and I spoke to her about it. So she found this person, and I'm like, she hasn't looked for him once. She just hated him. So, and she said, you did the right thing. So, which is a little bit of, solace, I guess. Brain question, name 3 words that rhyme with butter. Cutter. Your boys never fight with females. Oh, he was such a prick. Like this, he was a really sweet cat. I liked his personality a lot better, but they were fighting once, and I tried to break him up with my foot. It bit me really nicely. Antibiotics worthy. I'm like, that's it, mate. You sealed your fate. Because we're going to keep him, but you sealed your fate, mate. I can't have that around a toddler. Nutter. Nutter? Nutter. Nutter butter. Where are you from? Fancy the Aussie accent? A lot of people do. As in a sentence. Like, you're a nutter. You're a nutter. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't think it was fixable. Especially when they've never really liked each other. Like, he's a doofus. That's the best way to describe him, doofus. And just thinks his behaviour was fine and she'd get over it, but she was just like not having any of it anymore. You're a nutter. Well, I'm not doing big Aussie energy. It's a weird request, mate. been weird. But yeah, I wish it didn't go like that, and had never had any intention of that happening. Or ever like rehoming an animal. Especially a cat. Exactly. Only room for one weird in here. I mean, the whole thing is weird, right? Almost finished. Oh, look, I've got one more row to do. Oh, isn't that fancy? Oh, no. Picked up all the balls. Well, that was a lot faster this round. Yeah. Oh, we had a neighbour's cat turn up at the window once, and she freaked out and had a meltdown about it, and he was just like, oh, hi. And obviously the other cat was chucking a wobbly as well. He just looked like he looked at her and said, you're being rude. And he was like, hi, welcome. But yeah, my other cat, she had a complete meltdown, and he just shut down. Just relax. I don't know where that cat went, though. It was it looked like a purebred. So, no purebreds outside. No cats. But yeah, his personality was much more like my other cat, my old cat, which was a girl. This one's a little assassin. All right, we've got 2 Gila monster feet. Hooray! Looking good. The back ones are a little bit different. What I might do is just do a little bit of painting on the leopard seal just to change things up a bit. Plop over there. Yeah. Cats, man. After my last one, I was like, no more cats, no more animals. Let's get 2. This is how not to take care of your brushes, is leave them in disgusting paint water. Okay, now, leopard seal. So I'm just going to use some acrylic paint. The old crazy cat lady. Perfect. That's a perfect thing to be. Okay. So just a little bit of black acrylic paint. Normally I'm not very careful with the paint because I cover it in fake fur anyway. But this one I'm going to use a minky fabric. Like a white minky fabric, which I'll airbrush. So just a little bit careful. And these are glass eyes, so I can just clean up the eyes once all the paint's dry. Just comes right off with a little bit of water. Just go around. Bit wider than what I normally would do. And then I ended up going over this again once the doll's been put together. So I'll go over it with the airbrush. Stuck my finger in it. Cool. Took all the paint off. Yay. Oh, thank you. Oh, shucks, that's very nice of you. Okay. The eyes. Nose. Inside of the nose. Oh, thanks. Okay. Now, do a little bit, not too much, but a little around the lips. Okay, put my finger on that one. Now I will put some fabric in here just to cover that joint and sort of paint it the same colour. I'll do that at the end. Yes, I do. Yeah, so I'm going to use a white minky fabric for the body, just plain white, and then I'll airbrush all of the pattern work onto it. Makes it a bit more realistic. It just depends what I'm making. So sometimes you can get pretty cool fake fur that works well, but generally I do airbrushing now. Yeah, so this one's all airbrushed. Did all the rosettes on this one. I don't know how well you can see that, but I did all the rosettes and all the. Usually it started off as white. So yeah, I did all the rosettes on that one, all the colour. The chameleon I painted, so that was just a plain kind of bluish sort of fabric. I painted all of that one. So for this one, I'm doing it as a chocolate Burmese. So I've got a fabric that's really close to chocolate, but then I'll airbrush the face. No, it's like really hard to find fabric that would actually work. So for the Gila Monster, I'll do the same as the chameleon and paint everything. But yeah, generally I just do some airbrushing these days. I'm trying to keep my dolls small too because big dolls are just hard to work with. Don't say that. People think you're serious. No, I don't use any animal products either. So if I do a bird, I make the feathers for them. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I'll add more once it's all put together because the lips sort of come down here a bit. Maybe I could do the black on the Gila Monster. Okay, so that's pretty much all the painting. I'm going to do that. Oh, really? An elephant seal? It's not the elephant seal. That's on TikTok. That'd be a cool one to make, elephant seal. All right, so that's probably as much painting for that one. Oh, sorry, Cosmic, I didn't see. Yes, leopard seal. What type of clay? It's Sculpting Original. It's a polymer clay. Slay Queen. Yeah, sorry. It is a leopard seal. Movable doll. So I'll let that dry before I do anything else. Neil. What do you need? Gila Monster. Yeah, okay. Maybe like a fur seal or something. Okay. Let's do this head. It's mostly orange, but let's do this head. So it's all black here. Oops. And then some orange. Might be a good idea. All right. It's just water-based acrylic paint. Nothing special. And orange. I'm going to use this one. Funnily enough, it's skin tone base, but it's like orange as. So orange. So start off by the mouth. The mouth area. Kind of looks like a Joker. This is a good side profile. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be too. All right, so I'm just going to map out where I want the black to go. Probably, I might leave like 1 or 2 spots. Probably around here, leave this one to be orange. Just making it up. They seem to have different patterns on each individual, so easy for me. And let's do want to do one here. Could be orange. And we'll just sort of run the black this way. I guess. Side view kind of comes up here. Then this will be all orange with like a black spot here or there. And then all of this is black by the looks of it. Okay. Way. With a gem. Yeah, I'm just trying to map out where I want the black to sit, so I don't go overboard. Because it's not, might be easy to cover the black if I make a mistake. That looks even. That's even, I think. Okay. I like the ones that have a bit more black in there. And maybe I'll do maybe this one here can be orange as well. I can always paint over it if I don't like it. Just got to do it. I mean, you can probably wash it off or paint over it, but yeah, I see what you mean. All right, and then I think the rest is black with like a few black patches here. Let's do some patches. Let's do this one, this one, this one. All right, let's do these ones black. That one. Let's do this one. Wanted to figure that's bought, done. It's different. Yeah, it's true. No problem. I'm gonna jump off in a minute anyway as well. But just want to get some of this painting done. Maybe let's do this one orange. And this one. Don't be too nice to him. I'm joking. Okay. Let's do one here. So okay, and I'll do one more this way. No, it's all right. Hasn't done anything wrong yet. Okay. And then the rest of this is black. Yet, exactly. Emphasize that. Okay, see you later. Okay. The rest of this is black. Probably get a bigger brush for this anyway. Dun dun dun. I just went way over where I was supposed to. That's sick. That's all right. I'll just bring this up a bit to match. That's fine. Wasn't concentrating. That's fine. Okay. So I think I might have to leave it there because this child is awake. So I'll continue doing some more painting on this at some point during the week. And I'll try and finish these, sculpting these, and then I can start putting everything together. So that'll be fun. But yes, I'll be on again probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because I have to work. a job. Yuck. But yeah, thanks for joining me. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you later.